Whether you're on a time crunch or just want something you can pick up and play, sometimes you need a game you can beat in 30 minutes or less. Here are the top 10 free short Itchio games you don't know about. Project Landsword is a top-down mech shooter with a heavy emphasis on destruction that has you fend off attackers. There's a total of 7 missions that have you destroy all of the enemies in a level without dying to win. Buildings are destructible but come in handy if you need some quick cover. You have both a primary and secondary weapon as well as a grenade. Between levels, you can equip different weapons to try out, with some of my favorites being a laser gun and these little controllable explosive robots. Scattered around levels are armor and ammo pickups for all your weapons. Levels can be completed in a few minutes, but combat is fairly challenging as harder enemies are introduced later on, so some levels might take a few attempts.
Alright, I've got full health, I should be good.
If you're looking for a top-down shooter all about positioning, then I recommend Project Landsword. Help No Break has you zoom through a series of hazardous levels as fast as possible. Like the title states, you can't brake, so you frantically steer left and right to avoid buzzsaws and pits. You're able to boost, which launches you off platforms, allowing you to cross gaps. Levels only last about 5 seconds if you clear them, but you'll be playing them over and over as you rack up more deaths. If you're looking for a challenging precision platformer, then I recommend Help No Break. Is a 2D puzzle platformer where you use bombs to navigate a caterpillar through a dungeon. You can't jump, so you have to align yourself with bombs to shoot across gaps or launch yourself upwards to reach new places. Some screens have you collect a firefly you feed to a frog to progress. Halfway through the game, you find a power-up for an extra bomb, which makes puzzles more layered and rewarding as you chain both bombs together. If you're looking for a puzzle game with a unique movement system, then I recommend Pack is a puzzle game where you pack items to fit into a suitcase since you're leaving for a trip. Some containers can store other items if opened, while others have special properties if you read their description. Like the Russian nesting dolls can fit inside each other, for example. It reminded me of the inventory management system from the Resident Evil games, but is a bit more freeform here since it doesn't use a grid system. If you're looking for a relaxing game about using space efficiently, then I recommend Pack. Bases Loaded is a roguelike action game where you hit balls with a baseball bat to kill an endless swarm of enemies. Every time you kill an enemy, you fill up this meter, indicating how close you are to leveling up. Every time you level up, you pick from one of 3 abilities, like adding another ball, adding explosions to your ball, or destroying all enemies on screen after a certain number of hits, for example. Once you reach level 20, you win. My only issue with the game is that you can accidentally shrink the window, which cost me a run.
Bro, what? Are you kidding? Oh my god.
But if you're looking for a fast-paced roguelike with fun abilities and baseball combat, then I recommend Bases Loaded. ChikuTaku is a rhythm game where you play as a detective traversing through various time periods in a musical adventure. If you've ever played Rhythm Heaven, the gameplay here is very similar, all being controlled with a single button. You have to time presses to the song to avoid pits, hit a tennis ball back, and line up golden clock numbers, for example. The game only lasts the length of the song, but it tells you how many misses you had if you want to improve your score. If you're looking for a rhythm game with beautiful visuals, then I recommend ChikuTaku. Mini Karts is a top-down racing game where you drift your way to the finish line. You pick from one of 4 cars, each having different stats and one of 4 difficulty options. There's a boost mechanic similar to Mario Kart where the longer you hold drift, the more turbo boost you'll get. There's only one track in the game, but mastering its lines and shortcuts while chaining together drifts is really satisfying. The crashing can be a bit janky, which is both rage-inducing and hilarious.
Okay.
If you're looking for a mini kart racer, then I recommend Mini Karts. Shadeshift is a puzzle platformer where you can only land on surfaces that are illuminated. There's a total of 21 puzzles to solve, and new elements are introduced as you progress, like moving platforms that only move when lit up, or platforms that only move when either you or boxes are on them. It has a really nice difficulty curve, and the last handful of puzzles are very creative. If you're looking for a puzzle platformer with a simple but fun light mechanic, then I recommend Shadeshift. Beetle is a typing game where you embark on a strange journey to find your lost beetle. You move around the tiny world and interact with things by typing the same word. You have to do things in a certain order to progress, like getting a key before opening a chest, for example. It has an adorable art style set in a cute fantasy world. If you're looking for a chill typing adventure game, then I recommend Beetle. Apollo is a short 2D platformer about a bird who starts as a baby but becomes an adult by the end. You hatch out of an egg and can only move left and right, so you have to use wind tunnels to get around while avoiding hazards. Eventually you gain the ability to jump and then the ability to fly, which makes levels more challenging. You explore the world in search of a way out while using your newfound abilities until you eventually make an egg. If you're looking for a cute and simple 2D platformer, then I recommend Apollo. Those were the top 10 free short Itchio games you didn't know about. I'll have my playlist of free Itchio games you don't know about linked in the description. Thanks for watching, give me money on Patreon, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with this ongoing series.